I know that a lot of us are brand new to this and it can be a little bit intimidating. We don't know what to expect. And so I just want to let you know that we're all a little bit intimidated and scared here, and it's totally okay and natural. We had a webinar the other day with a sales branding leader. Her name was Divya over in India, and just an awesome, remarkable woman. And she was telling us about some of her challenges in college, and that college was a little bit of a struggle for her. And I think at one point we said we can all cry together. And here today, we can all have a little bit of nervousness together, and it's totally okay. So, what we're going to do is up at the top, if you hover on the welcome, and it looks like I'm over my talking time now, but there's a little button that says full agenda that you can open, and you can see what we're going to be doing over the next hour. What we're going to do next is we're going to have our first networking round, and it's going to break you out into groups of 2 and have one-on-one networking. That'll last for about 10 minutes, and there's little cards in your room, in your breakout room. When you go and you'll be paired with another person, there will be a little toolbox with cards in it, and that'll have prompts in it of questions that you can ask each other. So hopefully it won't be too awkward. Hopefully it won't be too random. What's really cool is that we have 3 rounds of networking tonight. You don't have to stay for all of them if you don't want to, but it's ordered in a way that it's meant to be past, present, and future. So our first round will be groups of 2, and it'll ask you questions about your past a little bit. So like, what inspired you to get into aerospace? And so hopefully that'll help break the ice, get you super excited about just talking about your origins and your love and passion for aerospace. And that'll be about 10 minutes. And then we're going to take a break, and we're going to hear from Kelly Coleman, who is actually a personal friend of mine, and I'm so excited to have her up on the stage. And she helps small business owners improve their processes. And so I know a lot of us are out here trying to start our own businesses. I think a third of people who are in WAN and our followers are entrepreneurs and want to either start their own business or are running their own business, which is just blessed. That is so cool. So I'm super excited to hear from her. And then we're going to have 2 more rounds of networking, and those are going to be groups of 3 people. So I'm really curious to get your feedback after this event and see if you enjoy being paired with one other person and talking and having it guided, or if you prefer groups of 3 and have it be a little bit more casual. Do we have any questions? Oh, wait, somebody on mute?
I was trying to talk, but I don't know if my microphone is working.
Oh, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. We have a couple of people from the same organization here. Are we going to be able to be in different rooms?
If you want to not be in the same room as your coworker.
Yeah, we already know each other.
Oh, okay. I am also new to using this platform, but I think there's a way that I can move people. Drop their names in the chat, and I'll try to do that. Good question, though. Thank you. And if it doesn't work, I apologize in advance, but I'll try.
Thanks.
Anything else? Anybody else? Okie doke. All right, I'm going to press the button. Hopefully the button will do something and work. And remember to look for a toolbox with questions in it. Okay, bye.
wanting to see how more interdisciplinary fields come out to play together. So, yeah, it's very exciting. But yeah, that's my background. So yeah.
That's amazing. Congratulations. It sounds like you have a lot going on. And so is there anything
Yeah.
in specific? I know like you mentioned a niche with the legality of space. Is there a particular aspect that you find yourself advocating for through your work?
Hey everyone, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. Awesome. How was it? Anybody want to give feedback on any takeaways or how they're feeling, or if it was a horrible experience and you never want to do it again?
It looks going over time in the welcome kind of screwed up the rest of the categories a little bit because we got kicked out of our groups, but it still has 2 minutes left on our agenda. So I'm wondering if there's a way to make it unstructured a little bit.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, we will definitely work on that for next time. Tina and I were chatting about that too behind the scenes. Yeah. Anybody else want to share?
Yeah, certainly good. We barely got through intros and then we started talking about Dune, and we definitely could have kept going, which is a sign of a good networking, I would say.
I love that. Sweet. Okay. Thanks again for coming back with us. Next, we are going to hear from Kelly Coleman, who, like I said, is a good friend of mine back from Lynchburg, Virginia. Kelly is just a whiz at small businesses and is helping some clients right now. And I need to talk to her about how she can help us out here at WAN. So I'm really looking forward to hearing from you, Kelly, and I will hand you the stage. We are going to highlight you. Kelly Coleman is a small business boss we all need. Her get to know you approach caters large venture approaches to small ventures. She works with the new business owners who need help getting started, as well as the experienced owners who need optimization in tools, technology, or operations. Okie doke, Kelly.
All right.
Take it.
Well, first off, I will say an appreciation for Francesca, who I got put in a room with. And I think that was on accident. And I tried to message and couldn't quite find that button quick enough. But she was very interesting to talk to. And I appreciate her taking time to do that with me. This is also my first time on this platform in a networking sense. And first off, Holly and WAN, this is very cool. I would have loved to have opportunities like this when I was earlier in my career to get a little bit more familiar with the networking process, because doing it face to face is incredibly daunting. And this seems like a really safe and informative environment. That's awesome. I really appreciate you giving me the floor here for a little bit to talk about what it is that I do. When I say that I'm the small business boss, that comes from the fact that I've led a 12-year corporate career doing pricing analysis and retail purchasing and revenue management for very large corporations. The last job I just left, when I started there, we were a $500,000 annual revenue company. When I left, we were $5 billion, and we were going through IPO. We grew an astounding amount. And through that growth, I was given the opportunity to sit down and look at not only our customers' small business models, but our business itself as a small business model. And when I left, the techniques that we were using were the same. It's just on a larger scale. And the reason I left was when we went through the IPO, I realized, cool, I'm no longer working with the clients that really spoke to me. And those are the ones that are are feeling that entrepreneurship bug. They are running their own businesses. And that's going to either be a lot of you on this call. It is either currently a lot of you on this call, or with a shifted mindset, it could end up being all of you on this call, because really each of our careers are our own small business ventures. Another thing that I've done in my career is many speaking engagements during my tenure as working with various pride organizations around the country about creating safe spaces in work environments and in the outdoors. That is something that is absolutely paramount too, I think, to having our own ventures. And again, participating in networking and trying to get your name out there is always making sure to let your audiences know not only what you can do for them, but that the environment that you're welcoming them into is always going to be a safe space. That's something that's going to be so important. And any hurdles that you may face being a woman in aerospace or a female identifying person in aerospace, lead with that. And it's a really great way to make sure that you're always staying true to your values. So after a little bio, going back to what it is that I do, my approach, again, when I talk about a get to know you approach and using large venture tools and resources, if you think about running a small business, there is a massive mountain of knowledge that one needs to know to run a business. And when you're focusing all of your time and your energy getting to know your science, your platforms, your customers, there's not a lot of time left over for all those other pieces. And so the get to know you approach means I want to know where you are currently in knowing your business to get you to where you can know just enough to make good, solid decisions and succeed. There's no need to learn, or necessarily maybe you can learn, but to take on the day-to-day of your bookkeeping, as well as your revenue management, as well as your cost analysis exercises, as well as should you look and know what your margins, your bottom line, your top line, all of those things are, absolutely, but it does not necessarily need to be you scrambling through and finding all of those aspects. And again, as a entrepreneur starting into the space, that's where my specialty kind of tailors to. Any engagement with my company starts with an initial meeting to get to know you, to get to know where your business is, and to get to know where your specific needs are. That means that we're going to make sure that we are catering in technology that is fit to you. There's been circumstances where maybe I'm working with a small catering operation and they need costing models for the food that they're going to put out. I would love to set them up with some very cool visualizations and streamline a lot of their data, maybe automate some of their ordering techniques with some of their suppliers who have online ordering systems, and we could do that for them. But they're not ready for that. So I'm going to set them up with some Google Sheets. It's going to be tailored to what they know. It is very much trying to take what people know and setting them up with what they're going to be comfortable with. And then from there, I don't leave any of my clients out in the blue. I'm going to check back in on them. And that's a roundabout piece of that engagement. And we decide, do you have ongoing needs? Hey, maybe we've gotten to know each other and we've gotten to know your business and we've gotten you from level A to level B. Cool. Can we get you to level C? Sometimes, especially with a small business, there's so many different goals. So it can be you want to get to know your business and then you're done. Now you're operating, you're happy, you're good, cool. I'm not an upseller. I'm not anyone who's trying to press anybody past anything, their comfort zone. It is to get someone either starting up and moving, to get someone to that next level, or to just make life easier for them. I feel like what I'm doing is incredibly necessary. Not a lot of small business owners recognize that it's necessary or recognize that they can trust that it can be necessary. When you are going out on a solo venture, it is very hard to release some of that control, to, again, trust someone to come in and help you, because you do feel like you have to do it all on your own. If you're starting out on your own, there are so many different ways where venture capital can come in. Maybe you're scared about spending the resources to hire in a consultant. Maybe you're scared about dedicating time in reference to bring in outside resources or to start an engagement if your business isn't already up and running. And what's great about that is that, again, because it's a get to know you approach, there is a very significant amount of I'm here to work for you. I'm here to work with you. There's no fear. I want to take the fear aspect out of that with engaging with another party. I will let you all know that when it comes to networking and trying to sell myself as the person that you are going to trust, that's always the hardest piece for me, is to look at someone who loves their business so much who's so attached to every part of that, and to tell them the best thing you can do for yourself is to let go of some of those parts and to trust someone else. That's a big piece too, that living in a smaller town, many of my clients to start out were people that I knew in the community. And that was great because then I got those initial reps. Cool, I'm doing this on my own for the first time. I'm getting to know people and I'm watching their businesses succeed. And now I've launched out and I've got clients in Texas. I'm talking to 2 clients in Pittsburgh right now, as well as one who has a small business up in Ontario. So that is my first international engagement. Super excited to again extend those services to folks that are a little bit farther out and explore again a little bit of the virtual world that I'd prior been doing in person. It's been really exciting. For anyone on this call, whether you are thinking about going into any piece of your career that would involve entrepreneurship, whether you're currently a business owner or looking to expand your business or anything of that sort, I would love to engage with you, share any wealth, share any knowledge. And again, my whole thing is trying to help uplift, move other businesses forward. There's a vast underrepresentation of women and female identifying business owners. So I'm hoping that me as the small business boss, my approach can remove some of those barriers to underrepresented groups and ensuring fair pricing, trustworthy service, and all the great things that can help keep in the move in the business world as well as the aerospace world forward. Cool. Last kind of call to action to everybody would be, I would love if you all would throw emails into the chat, or Holly, I know we mentioned if anyone's open to the idea, you can either share the email, I think, to you, or again, sharing it in the chat so that I can reach out to any of you, or any of you, I will share my own email. Would love to connect with you all after this.
Yeah, feel free to drop your email in the chat if you want Kelly to reach out to you. And I'll also, after this event, I'll send her email your way as well. That's insane, though. Did you say 500,000 revenue to 5 billion?
I did.
I can't even, my brain can't even comprehend that. And how, in what time span? How many years was that?
That was over the course of 7 years.
That is, wow, that is absolutely insane. Lucky number 7, but wow. Yeah. Thank you, Kelly, for chatting with us. It's just, I love including and talking about entrepreneurship in this space because, every day there's so many people that come to me like moms in the aerospace world and through WAN, and it just reignites their passion for space and entrepreneurship. And a lot of people have come to me, and like this one mom, and she says, oh my gosh, like she's starting her own space marketing company, right? Which is just awesome. And there's just a lot of pieces, like you said, and it's just trying to wear all of the hats and learn what to delegate and how to delegate it. So I just love that there's people like you that can help us navigate and start that world.
Absolutely. Passionate about it.
Cool. Okay. So we are going to go on the next group here. I don't know how to get Kelly off the main screen. Sorry about that. You're gonna So, okay, I'm gonna throw us into groups of 3 now. Some of you might have been in groups of 3 before. Tina and I figured out how to move people and a little bit more about the system. So if you need anything, just shout. You might be in a room with somebody you already met before, but you can talk more about Dune. So this will be a 12-minute session. Okay, bye. 1 minute. Cool. How was that round? I would love any feedback. That 12 minutes went by really quick on my end. Did it go by quick for you guys?
That was amazing for
I
me.
saw some of you guys sharing LinkedIn's in the chat. Very cool. How are we feeling?
I think it was pretty good.
My group felt really connected, like on a deep level. One of them, we commented that like the whole concept of aerospace is like deeper than other fields. And so we definitely were just sharing and didn't really get through many questions because we were just very organic in this like knowing of each other or something.
Oh, good. That's the goal. I know sometimes as ambitious as we are, we're like, let's get through all the questions, but definitely not the point. I'm glad that you guys are getting distracted and going with the flow, even though only dead fish go with the flow. So real quick, just taking like a 2-minute break if you want to get some water or a bathroom break. We put up this prompt for what's one key takeaway you gained so far. You can type in there. Let me know if you can't type in there. Feel free to share if you want. I'm going to put a timer on for 2 minutes. All right, so we have one last round, another group of 3. I was just chatting with Tina and we started talking about Greece and Colorado and how she's freezing her off in Canada right now. Yikes. With that, we are like way over. We are 7 minutes over. So thank you everybody so much for joining. A quick WAN announcement. We are dropping the 2nd edition of the magazine very soon in March. And so drop your email address below and we'll add you to the wait list. We'll give out some cool things like a raffle, and we'll be launching the magazine early to the people on the wait list. Yes. Okay. What is one word or phrase that describes how you're feeling after today's event? It takes it and then it puts it into this really cool word bubble thing, and then we can put it out on social media and tag everyone. It's very neat. And if you hop off, it was awesome seeing all of you. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and LinkedIn. And we're starting to get into Threads a little bit. And also we have a Substack now, so you can sign up for our newsletter that we're doing. Yeah, we're available all the time and everywhere. Tina, do you have any closing words?
Just keep a lookout on our stories for some announcements coming up. We have a lot coming up, and also like stuff where we'll be asking for audience participation on. So just keep a lookout on that if you want to contribute or be a part of some of the things that we're doing here.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Have a good rest of the week. Bye.
Hi, thank you.